Hello, Virgo. Thank you for joining me at the Tarot Writer. Please don't forget to like, and if you enjoy my videos, to subscribe, share, comment. I'm trying to get to my first 100 subscribers, so I would love it if you help me out. Okay, Virgo, your quote of, let me read that to you. Your quote of the month for the month of August is, do one thing every day that scares you. And this is by an anonymous writer. Do one thing every day that scares you. Why? Because it keeps you alive. It takes down those boundaries and it allows us to explore in other areas where you were perhaps limiting yourself. So go out there and do something that scares you today, that makes you come out of your shell, and whoop, and here we go. We already have 2 cards. Okay, and like our quote says, do something that scares you. We have the Emperor here and the Knight of Cups. So yeah, I actually see that taking charge, leading with your heart, doing something that, you feel like your intuition has been trying to call to you. I mean, the Emperor is kind of a hardened soul. He's a man who's been through a lot in his life, a lot of troubling issues. He's the battler. He's grown up. He understands now. He is in control. But because of that, he has become a little callous. And I think to then soften that callousness, we have to operate through the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is that person within us who wants to move with fluidity through the world, using your intuition and following your heart in the pursuit of something that you want to do, whether it's the pursuit of a love, pursuing this hobby that you're getting deeper and deeper into. It's having all that experience from your past and using it in order to move through your world vibrantly with fluidity and by using your intuition. So, and these 2 figures here, the Knight of Cups and the Emperor, they aren't scared. The Emperor does not work from a place of fear because he is experienced. He's pretty much learned it all. He knows about battle. He's been around the block. And the Knight of Cups figure isn't fearful either because he's more inventive. He loves using his imagination and feeling his way through his world. So, and then for your next card, we have the 3 of Pentacles. So this is building something new, collaboration, and it will enhance whatever you're building. It's that work that you're going to put into something, be it a relationship, be it your health. It could be whatever these 3 cards make you think about. But the 3 of Pentacles is here because it tells you to put the work in. Start building and issuing those things that you need to do in order to come to a place where you want to be. There's a lot of movement here. There's a lot of thought, discipline, control, movement into something higher, better. And when I mean higher, I mean something for the good of you that you've been wanting to do or be with. So, it could deal with people or whatever it is that you're thinking of. And then with the 10, then we have the 10 of Swords here. So this is coming right under the Emperor. So what this tells me is that, like we said, the Emperor is somebody who comes with a lot of knowledge and past experience. And I think a lot of those experience can often leave us a bit wounded, having come out of some dark places in our life, that sometimes we feel betrayed or hurt by other people. And that's why the Emperor is who he is, because he's experienced, he's lived through all of these battles, all of these experiences and lessons. But it also tells me with the 10 of swords that there is a completion. And maybe that is why you're now ready to get on that knight of horses right there and move forward to create something. The threes are always about creation. It is the blossoming of the suit of the tarot, all threes across the board, even the three of swords, which is, about heartache, but there's heartache, there's healing. And I think that's what I see so far for you right now is investing your time, investing the three of pentacles, investing your time and your heart into new possibilities, because the past, whatever's there, you've learned from, you've actually become a solid and dominant person in your life. Let's see what falls underneath the Knight of Cups and is also the heart of the reading card. This will give us an idea as to where your story is going or the theme. And then the 10 of Pentacles. Interesting. I was just thinking about this card today. And 10 of Pentacles, has to do with long-term commitments, solidity, our family values. But what I also it's funny, I was just thinking about this today. What I really think the 10 of Pentacles is about, the way it speaks to me, is it's not always about the money. It's the feeling that you get when you have that foundation. It's the feeling behind having, appreciating all the things that you've worked so hard to grow. This can be money, sure. It could be the value of like your stocks, your finances, your job related, absolutely. But I think what lies behind the coin is the feeling. And it made me think of this actually, because I was just at a wedding the other day, and because of the pandemic, it was a very small wedding. It was supposed to be in Jamaica. Unfortunately, we could not go. So we wound up having to go to just a pizza shop, a local pizza shop, just maybe 10 to 12 of us, and hung out. And the wedding was actually beautiful. It was a wonderful time to be surrounded by even just a couple family members, and to see the bride and the groom so happy. I realized you don't need so much money. I mean, we kind of already know this. We know you don't need all this money, but it was so nice for it actually to be actualized, to see how happy everyone was. At a pizza place, pretty much. It was just like this little Italian restaurant, just a couple of us. The feeling that I got out of it was so beautiful. So here we have these two 10 of Pentacles, two tens together, 10 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles. So rising up from your past experiences to recreate a new feeling in your life, a new experience, new experiences. And that Knight of Pentacles, that Knight of Cups, he is your fearless leader, actually. He emerges out of the Emperor, who could maybe be a little too callous, a little too cautious. And that Knight of Cups says, you know what, I'm going out there and I'm going to pursue. And that's where I think you are going to be, at least in August, Virgo. We do have these pentacles here, so it is indicative of your suit, of putting the work in. And then we have the Four of Wands. So sure, this can be about a healthy relationship, the pursuit for true love, romance, harmony. Absolutely. Most people expect love and harmony to come to them. But with this reading, it's telling me that you go to it. Bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Wands. Be fearless, go out there, pursue that thing, that which brings you to what makes you happy. And that takes fearlessness, believe it or not. A lot of people won't do the things that they have to do to make themselves happy. They feel limited. They put up boundaries. They put up borders. They've learned from their past experiences, and this puts them in a state of immobility. But I see that you actually want more. And it's about making it happen, planting those seeds, maybe, socializing with different people, making connections, being with those people who bring you a high vibe. The Four of Wands here, this is just stability, it's progress, abundance, and I think this is what you're working toward. I mean, isn't it always what we're working toward? But sometimes we forget. We lose track of our goals. We lose track of what we really love and who loves us, what we value. We forget all that because of just life sometimes gets in the way. So be clear on what your heart wants, what you value. Okay. Be clear, have faith with the Hierophant here. This is Taurus energy. Have faith and be committed to your own prospects, your own goals. Maybe even a love commitment. Be committed to the person whom you love, who you've been in a commitment with for many years, who you've suffered through some hardships. Maybe you're going to see that your commitments are changing, that you can no longer be committed to the same people, the same issues that you once were, because you've learned these very valuable lessons right here. The Hierophant, again, are lessons, there's structure. Maybe you're restructuring now. Or not maybe, but you are restructuring. You're figuring out what kind of new foundation you like to see building in your life, adding. What are we adding to our life? The structure is being rebuilt in so many different ways because you're opening your heart to new possibilities. And the Hierophant is here to say, trust in yourself. Because this is like a new awakening. There's something new coming in. This is a new, I would say new. I don't always need to use the word new, but this is awakening. You are being awakened to some kind of new destiny, that the way you have been operating in your past may not work for you anymore. Some things might, but some things you may need to move on from. And with this card right here, Judgment, something's calling out to you. And I think, again, that's why this Knight of Cups shows up, because you know in your heart that there's this calling deep within you, a soul call. It's something that is pushing you forward to new challenges, new friendships, new, if not new friendships, it's helping you grow within those friendships. And creating, there's a lot of creation here. That, it's not that we just do away with the past and that's it, we close the book, but it's simply that you've taken those ingredients from the past and you are now orchestrating kind of like a new recipe of the way you want to live your life, if I so may use a food analogy. Okay, and then there's rest and there's peace. And this will certainly give you that peace and harmony that you've been calling for. This is such peace. This is such peace. This is just kind of pulling away and being restful in your way of being. And I think that's what happens. The Four of Swords is what happens. You retreat and you are able to grow and rejuvenate yourself when you put yourself in these states of moving toward and putting the work in where you feel value, where you feel valued, and where you want to place your value. Okay, and at the bottom of the deck, we have the Tower. So I don't necessarily think this is something that's going to happen, or it may actually. I do see the tower happens in the back with the 10 of swords and the, emperor, but I also see that, you're kind of breaking down those old rigid structures that you used to operate behind, maybe for safety. I did see the Four of Pentacles before, so that is my card of kind of like hiding behind false sense of security. So I think you're going to crash through those waves, crash through those boundaries and those walls that set up and were important at one time, but no longer do they have any service to you. So that's why they come down. Okay, so let's go through, let's clarify some of these cards, then you'll be on your way. All right, Virgo, why do we have the Emperor here? Why is the Emperor here for Virgo? And once again, we have the Tower. So like we said, that was in your past. Oops, sorry, I'll hold it up for a little longer. Yeah, this was a life learning experience, life learning experiences. I always say the Tower could have happened today, yesterday, a week ago, a month, a year, 2 years, 10 years ago. It doesn't matter. The fact is that now you have become like the Emperor, experienced and knowledgeable. But that means don't turn off your heart to the world. That just means like you're just starting all over again, but with having all those experiences. Why the Knight of Cups? Why do we have the Knight of Cups here for Virgo? Why the Knight of Cups? And we have the Knight of Cups again. Unbelievable. I love it when it does that. So you have your eye on something. You have your eye on something. You have your heart set on something. And you're going to be putting the work in, because you're not afraid anymore. Whatever has happened, like, cannot happen again in the same way unless you don't take those leaps. You don't allow yourself to use your heart to move forward. You don't actually initiate the steps of intuitively connecting with what you want to do, where you see growth. And that is in the Three of Pentacles. So what is this Three of Pentacles here? Why do we have this Three of Pentacles here? Again, Hierophant, we have that faith, having faith in the belief in where we set our minds to, where we set our hearts to. This is a commitment of a relationship, of trusting in yourself that it will work if you put the time and the energy into it. Then we have the Ten of Swords, because here is this new beginning, this new fountain of growth. Okay, so I had this, on the Ten of Swords. So it's in the past, we've learned our lessons, and now we have this beautiful Ace of Cups, this overwhelming amount of love and unconditional love that is waiting for you. And I think you feel that in the depths of your heart, that there is this tidal wave of emotion that wants to come through. That you are singing like this dove, like within you. There is like this songbird that wants to come out. Because I think you're tired of that, very difficult past, all those struggles that, now you want to be blessed, and you are blessed. We are always blessed by the universe. We're always given things, but it's just about opening your heart to receive those things. And I think you're seeing that now. You're aware of that. Why the Ten of Pentacles? And we have the Nine of Swords. So let's go back to our quote for a second, because it was about that fear. I just want to read it again. What did it say? Do one thing every day that scares you. So I think in order to create a new kind of foundation for your life, the way you want to structure it, can sometimes put you in a state of worry. Am I doing the right thing? Am I being selfish? Am I only thinking of myself? What if people think I'm crazy for wanting to, I don't know, move to Spain, or, building my own log cabin in the woods? I think there's a lot of worry, anxiety that can come with all these new possibilities on the table. Excuse me. So pay attention to these two cards, because they're telling you something. It's sitting right in the middle of your reading. And I think your focus needs to be on your heart, on this new cup of love that you're given, and not on the anxiety. Don't focus yourself and all your intentions. Focus your intention on what you desire, on what motivates you, not what constricts you to the past, to your sense of disappointment, and it's not going to work out, how we tell ourselves that. So you need to focus on the heart chakra. What is going on here? All right, I'm sorry about that. Four of Wands. Why do we have the Four of Wands here? Why do we have the Four of Wands here for Virgo? Ace of Rods. So Four of Wands to the Ace of Rods. It's pretty matter of fact. I think you will be blessing yourself with these new starts, new ambitions, taking that Ace of Rods and creating with it, knowing that you have the capacity to move throughout your world and to create joy. So now we have just beautifully laid out for you, an Ace of Cups, an Ace of Rods, with the 10 of Pentacles right between. So you have the tools. I wouldn't be surprised if the, Magician comes out. You have these new opportunities, and it's just harnessing them and working toward for this new, for beautiful future, new foundation. Just don't let that Nine of Swords hold you back, hold you down. Why the Hierophant? Why do we have the Hierophant here for Virgo? Why the Hierophant? Oops, one more. Okay. And here we have the 10 of Pentacles again. Again, it's that belief, knowing that you're having faith, you're committed to wherever you want to go, that you have the blessings of the universe, that go, go, go. The structure already came down. It's okay. You don't have to worry about that anymore. Use your own caution within the bounds of your own life, but don't be so realistic to the point where you feel like you are no longer being realistic, that they're just fears. This is about being committed for long-term stuff, not just for tomorrow and the next day. Because with the Judgment here, it really tells me that this is something that is calling to you, and you feel it. Like I said, that little songbird up here, there is something within you that is sounding its horn, wants you to is trying to get your attention. I was going to say, maybe some of you Virgos should meditate or something to really quiet those outside voices, those voices of just our consciousness that's don't do this, you're going to fail, you're going to burn, center yourself. Know that in the deepest parts of you where there's quiet, wisdom will shine a light on the sounds and the voices you really should be listening to. That's imperative to listen now. With the Hermit, card of Virgo, that's you. Shining a light on the voice within you. Four of Swords. Why do we have the Four of Swords here, please? Queen of Rods. I did see this card at the bottom of the deck, and I really love this card for you because, you know, she's really ambitious. The Queen of Rods is probably the most ambitious queen in the deck. And I mean, perhaps you're dealing with a Queen of Rods person in your life. It's possible, an Aries, possibly Leo. But I really see that this is the fire within you that is really burning in order to motivate you, to set you free. I think there is this strength, and now you have this longing and this fire, this energy to want more fertility. This is about fertility and going places. It's fire energy. I really think that you're going to be motivated, and it's clarifying the Four of Swords, because I think with peace you will feel this new emergence, this growth. With peace you feel fire, you feel that burning within you. And I think it's because of what the Knight of Cups set out to do. I think you end off as like the Queen of Rods. Okay, so I'm going to give you a card from my Wicca deck. Beautiful deck. This will be like your energy card, your advice card for the month of August. What do we have here for Virgo? Okay, very nice. We have lessons right here. And sure, this is what we were talking about with the Emperor, the Tower falling, the Ten of Swords, you know, having learned our lessons, moving forward. Let's see what lessons is. I'll hold it up while I read it. Lessons. Nemesis, Nemesis visiting you is a sign that she has witnessed what's been happening around you. She stands as guardian in order to offer protection and acknowledgement of some form of injustice. Pray to her for illumination. Life sometimes has to go pear-shaped in order for rightness to emerge. You are in the process of helping someone or something to emerge into their own light, and the truth will shortly be revealed. Wait and watch things unfold. If you're asking a specific question, Nemesis indicates that the answer points to a negative. This is not the time to act. Learn and take the opportunity to grow. So learn and take this opportunity to grow. And I think that's, again, what the Knight of Cups is about, moving into these new possibilities. And I think you are coming out of those forms of injustice right here with the Ten of Swords. And I think that's what keeps you immobile, is with the Nine of Swords. But learn and take this opportunity to grow. This is about lessons, karma, destiny. So I think you're learning to take those lessons with the Hierophant here, moving forward with the Knight of Cups, and really embracing the Ace of Rods and the Ace of Cups. Okay, so I'm going to put this 10 of Pentacles right up here so you can see it. All right, Virgo, that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to subscribe if you've enjoyed this reading. Like, share, comment. Thanks so much.